Let's not sugarcoat this. If you are a young adult trying to build a life in America right now, your primary source of financial stress isn't that you are spending too much money. It's that you are not making enough of it. We've all seen the traditional financial advice floating around the internet. Cut back on your coffee. Stop going out to dinner with your friends. Track every single penny you spend on paper towels. If you just suffer enough, pinch enough pennies, and live like a monk for the next 45 years, you might, just might, accumulate a modest nest egg by the time your knees stop working. I call absolute nonsense on that entire philosophy. You cannot pinch your way to prosperity if your baseline income is completely swallowed up by the cost of living. Think about the math. If you make $45,000 a year and your rent, insurance, groceries, and student loans consume $42,000 of it, you only have $3,000 left to save. Even if you completely optimize your life, stop eating entirely, and live in a cardboard box, the absolute maximum amount of money you can squeeze out of that situation is $45,000. Your upside is strictly capped by your current income. But do you know what isn't capped? Your earning potential. The defense can only do so much. If you want to achieve true financial freedom, not in 40 years, but in the next 5 to 10 years, you have to play offense. You need to scale the revenue side of your personal balance sheet. And in today's landscape, the fastest, most scalable, and lowest risk way to do that is by building a digital side hustle. We aren't talking about driving an Uber for 12 hours a weekend or delivering cold burritos to strangers' doors. Those are not side hustles. Those are just second jobs that trade your limited time for flat, linear wages. Today, we are mapping out a tactical, highly strategic blueprint to build scalable digital assets that disconnect your time from your income, allowing you to supercharge your savings rate and fund your early retirement machine. Let's unpack how the modern internet actually prints money. Before we look at specific models, we have to understand the fundamental law of digital capitalism. The internet does not pay you for your effort. The internet pays you for the value you create and your ability to leverage that value at scale. In the physical world, scale is incredibly expensive. If you want to open a traditional brick-and-mortar clothing store, you need thousands of dollars for a commercial lease, thousands more for physical inventory, employees to staff the registers, utilities, insurance, and local marketing. If you make a mistake, you go bankrupt. The barrier to entry is a massive brick wall. But on the internet, the barrier to entry has completely dissolved. You can spin up a global digital storefront for $29 a month. You can reach millions of people across the globe using free social media algorithms. Your inventory can be purely digital, costing you $0 to replicate and distribute to 10,000 customers. This creates what economists call asymmetrical risk. Your downside is strictly limited to a few dollars and a few hours of your spare time, but your upside is literally infinite. To win this game, you have to transition from a digital consumer to a digital producer. Every single time you open an app, you shouldn't just be looking at content to be entertained. You should be analyzing the mechanics behind it. Ask yourself, why did this video grab my attention? What product are they selling? How are they monetizing this traffic? Once you start viewing the internet through the lens of a producer, opportunities present themselves everywhere. Let's look at the 3 primary categories of highly scalable digital side hustles. You can start building right now from your laptop. Category number 1, the high-ticket skill monetization engine. This is the fastest way to make your first $1,000 online because it leverages assets you either already have or can learn for free over a single weekend. Every business in America, from a local roofing company to a massive venture-backed tech startup, has the exact same 2 problems. They need more customers and they need to optimize their digital presence to retain those customers. If you can solve either of those problems, businesses will gladly hand you thousands of dollars a month because your service directly impacts their bottom line. Think about high-ticket skills like remote copywriting, digital ad management, video editing, or automated email marketing. Let's take video editing as a prime example. Right now, every single company on earth knows they need to produce short-form video content to survive on platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. But business owners don't have the time to sit down, cut footage, add captions, color correct, and mix audio. They are too busy running their actual business. If you learn how to edit dynamic, high-retention short-form videos using free software like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve, you possess a highly valuable in-demand skill. Now, here's where most people mess up. They create a profile on a freelance marketplace like Fiverr or Upwork, list their services for $10 an hour, and compete with thousands of other people in a race to the bottom. That is a linear trap. Instead, you use the B2B agency model. You research local businesses or content creators who have a poor digital presence. You don't send them a generic message saying, "Hey, let me edit your videos." You use proactive outreach. You find one of their raw videos, edit it to look incredibly professional, and send it to them completely for free. You say, "Hey, I noticed your videos could get much higher engagement with cleaner editing. I went ahead and edited this one for you to show you what is possible. If you like it, I can do 10 more of these for you every month for a flat retainer of $1,000. If you secure just 3 clients at a $1,000 monthly retainer, you have successfully added $36,000 a year to your income. That money doesn't go toward buying a flashier car. That entire $36,000 goes directly into your high-yield savings account and your index funds, accelerating your timeline to financial independence by decades. Category number 2, the digital asset factory. While freelancing and agency work are incredible for generating fast cash flow, they still require your direct time to execute the work. If you stop editing videos, the money stops coming in. To achieve true financial freedom, we need to transition into assets that earn money while we sleep. A digital asset is anything you create once, host online, and sell repeatedly for a 100% profit margin. This includes digital templates, ebooks, specialized guides, online courses, or software plugins. Think about Notion templates. Notion is a massive productivity software used by millions of students, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. However, setting up a highly organized workspace from scratch inside Notion is incredibly tedious and confusing for the average user. If you spend a weekend building a beautiful, streamlined real estate agent CRM template or a fitness tracking dashboard, you have created an asset. You list that template on a platform like Gumroad or Etsy for $25. Because it is a digital file, your cost of replication is zero. Whether one person buys it or 10,000 people buy it, your cost remains exactly the same. To drive traffic to this product, you don't spend thousands of dollars on Facebook ads. You create simple educational content around productivity on TikTok or Pinterest. Show people how your template solves their specific problem and put the link in your bio. Let's look at the math of a digital asset factory. If you can sell just 4 $25 templates a day, that is $100 a day. That is $3,000 a month of passive, high-margin revenue, generated entirely by an asset you built over a single weekend. That is $36,000 a year generated with zero physical inventory, zero shipping costs, and zero ongoing labor. That is the power of digital leverage. Category number 3, the audience-first ecosystem. In the digital economy, attention is the ultimate currency. Whoever owns the attention owns the market. If you can build a small, highly dedicated community of people who trust your voice, you can monetize that attention in a dozen different ways simultaneously. The most efficient way to build an audience-first ecosystem today is through a niche newsletter or a faceless content channel. You do not need to show your face, and you do not need to be a famous influencer. Let's look at a niche digital newsletter. Pick a highly specific topic that businesses care about, for example, AI tools for graphic designers, or modern marketing strategies for local coffee shops. Every week, you curate the top 5 most valuable insights, tools, or news articles in that space, and write a clean 3-minute email using free platforms like Beehiiv or ConvertKit. To grow your subscriber base, you share small snippets of your newsletter insights as text posts on LinkedIn or short videos on TikTok. As your email list grows to 2,000, 5,000, or 10,000 subscribers, it becomes a highly valuable piece of digital real estate. Companies will eagerly pay you hundreds or thousands of dollars per email just to place a small sponsor slot at the top of your newsletter because they know your subscribers are highly targeted buyers. Additionally, you can embed affiliate links into your content. When your readers purchase a software tool or a book you genuinely recommend, the company pays you a recurring percentage of that sale for the lifetime of that customer. An audience-first ecosystem takes time to build, but once the flywheel starts spinning, it becomes an absolute compounding machine. It provides multiple, diversified streams of income, sponsorships, affiliate revenue, and digital products, all feeding into your primary financial freedom fund. Now, let's tie everything together into a strategic execution blueprint. Having extra side hustle money coming in is completely useless if it simply leaks out of your bank account into a lifestyle upgrade. The entire purpose of building a digital side hustle is to fund your escape hatch. Every single dollar generated from your skill monetization, digital assets, or newsletter must be treated as investment capital. Let's look at how this extra income completely rewrites your timeline to early retirement using the rule of 25. As we established in our previous blueprint, your financial independence number is 25 times your annual living expenses. If you need $50,000 a year to live comfortably, you need $1,300,000 invested in the market to never work again. If you rely solely on your 9-to-5 job, saving a modest $500 a month, it will take you roughly 38 years to hit that target. You will be sitting in a cubicle for almost 4 decades. But watch what happens when you plug a successful side hustle into the machine. Let's say your 9-to-5 pays for your lifestyle, and your digital assets bring in an extra $3,000 a month of clean profit. You automate that entire $3,000 directly into your investment machine, maximizing your Roth IRA, maxing out your company 401k match, and pouring the rest into a broad market SP 500 index fund. By increasing your monthly investment from $500 to $3,500, your timeline to hit that $1,300,000 target plummets from 38 years down to roughly 12 years. You have compressed a 40-year corporate sentence into a single decade. That is the math of financial freedom. That is why side hustles matter. It isn't about buying designer clothes or showing off on social media. It's about purchasing your absolute freedom. The greatest differentiator between the people who achieve early retirement and the people who stay trapped in the rat race isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It is pure execution. The internet is filled with chronic consumers who spend months watching videos about making money online, reading books, and analyzing options, but never actually launch a single asset. Analysis paralysis is a quiet trap. This weekend, make a definitive choice. Pick one high-ticket skill to learn, or build one simple digital template, or launch one digital newsletter. Commit to working on it for just 1 hour every single evening after your regular job. No distractions, no excuses. Accept that your first video might get 0 views. Accept that your first template might make 0 sales. That is simply part of the refinement process. On the internet, you only have to be right once to completely alter the trajectory of your entire life. Stop waiting for a raise that isn't coming. Stop hoping the economy will magically fix itself. Build your own infrastructure, scale your revenue, automate your investments, and take absolute control of your time. If this blueprint gave you clarity, hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment letting me know exactly which side hustle asset you are building this weekend, and share this video with someone who needs to play offense with their finances. I'm Mervin. Stay smart, stay disciplined, and go build your machine. I will see you in the next one.